talk about my family a little bit. That's from Forrest Gump. I have a little coming out for you guys. So I want to tell you, my dad is the cheapest guy that I know. He's so cheap that he bought my brother's first car at a garage sale. Yeah. In case you're interested, it was a green 1975 Chevy Impala that we promptly nicknamed the Booger. It was a nickname that stuck pretty well, and whenever that joke doesn't go over well, I just like to roll it up and flick it right off the stage. The car was pretty good. It lasted my brother all through college. Well, he dropped out, so you could say the car died the same day my brother's dreams did. Yeah, he's a good brother. My sister, I have two sisters, and whenever guys that I know find out that I have two sisters, they always ask me the same questions. Hey, are your sisters hot? And to which I respond, no, not anymore. They're both married now. Married couples get that. My sister Megan and I are on pretty good terms. In fact, before she got married, we used to go on a lot of dates together. Well, always platonic though. But when we would go to the movie theater, we'd always order the date night combo. But now that she's married, we don't do that anymore. And they changed the name of the combo at the theater. But we still get a large popcorn and a large drink with 2 straws. So, it's more romantic that way. I know what you're thinking. Tim, I know you grew up in Louisiana, and that state borders Arkansas. So it's okay to date your sister. My sister Julie, she was the one who graduated first from college in our family. And she doesn't let anyone forget it. I don't know if you have relatives like that in your family. They kind of lord it over you. But she worked at a summer camp during college, when she took breaks off from college. And she was telling me, hey Tim, you know, it's easy to manipulate kids. You just have to know what to do. For example, when we were tired of the kids making a mess at our summer camp, so we created a skit. We had this guy play Super Disinfectant Man. I was his sidekick, Clorox. The subliminal message there was, it's cool to be clean. But fast forwarding, I was the second child in our family to graduate from college. And it took long enough, but it finally happened. I graduated with a journalism degree. And I'm proud to say that I use my journalism degree every time I write down a person's order at the restaurant where I work. And just like the newsboys in 1903, I too am earning pennies with my journalism degree. That's not to say I don't have a future. I went to grad school and working on my teaching license, and I hope to get hired soon. One thing I've learned though is, hey ladies, I do have a couple of jobs though, like I was saying. I'm a waiter at a restaurant, and I'm also a substitute teacher. But I have a confession to make about those. Sometimes my service does suck, and sometimes your children do get left behind. It's never personal. this is summer, I'm working summer camp too, following my sister's footsteps. Summer camp's a lot of fun. We get kids of all ages. You have to know how to talk to the ones. You have to know how to talk to all of them. Try to connect with each of them. A lot of them, some of them are going through changes, so you can't exactly say, "Hey, how's puberty going these days?" It'll really weird them out. So instead, you gotta use some tact and just say, "Hang in there. The days are long, but the years go by fast." I think that's encouraging. Our president said that. Obama's predecessor. You guys want to hear some impressions?
Yeah.
When I sub in the schools, in a class that's 4th grade or above, I always do some impressions. I like to do Homer Simpson, America's favorite dad. I usually do it when I take roll. Like, "Yes, it's Homer Simpson." And then I just say something about each kid as I read their name off the list. In elementary school, it's not very creepy, but in high school it is. So I have to give a nice little disclaimer like, "It's just a joke, people." One episode of The Simpsons I'd like to see, and they've been on for long enough, they could probably do this. I wish Homer could join the choir one day, and then sing Amazing Grace. But I think if he was here right now, he would probably dedicate a song to me. It's from Dean Martin. And I have to cheat because I have to get the lyrics out. Acapella style. I don't know the chords on this one. Alright, it's Somewhere There's a Someone. And with this, I also need audience participation, okay?
Alright.
Y'all are up for that? I can tell you are. When I go like this, I need you to say somewhere, okay? That'd be great. Alright, you guys ready? Alright, so this is Homer Simpson. Just singing, I'm going to dedicate this song to my buddy on the piano there. Mr. Tim Hill, Somewhere There's a Someone by Dean Martin. Somewhere there's a someone for everyone. Somewhere there's a someone for me. Though I may be lonely now, I'll see it through somehow. To someone's heart I know I hold the key. Somewhere there's a someone for everyone. Somewhere there's a someone for me. And I'll search my whole life through until I find a love that's true. For I know somewhere there's a someone for me. Somewhere. And I'll search my whole life through until I find a love that's true. For I know somewhere there's a someone for me. For I know somewhere there's a someone for me. Somewhere in this audience, hopefully. Any single ladies here? So, I forgot to talk about my mom. I'm sorry. My mom said, she said she named me after Saint Timothy, which was, of course, the patron saint of the very single. So, it's working out very well. Working out very well. Exactly as planned. Didn't go off course one bit. a long life, but I like to do it. I get a lot of excuses that are hard to bounce back from. Like in college, there was this girl I dated. Her name was Emily. I use girls' real names on stage because I find that they deserve it, and none of them are here to defend themselves. So, pretty cool how it works out. But Emily, I asked Emily out, and she said, "Yeah, well, maybe. We'll have to see about that." Gotcha. And then she just pointed at me and walked away and trailed off. But I got her back though, because that was the same thing I wrote on the RSVP card for her wedding a few years later. Well, I would have if she had invited me. It was a real meanie. But I'm not the other day, I went to the doctor's, and they had a new rule there. If you cancel your appointment, the doctor will charge you $25 if you cancel your appointment. And I was like, you know what? I should do the same thing to the women who cancel out with me on dates. What? I am not a jerk though, ladies. And to prove it, I will bill your insurance first. If you're wondering, I've been learning how to play piano this year. Couldn't tell. But, the last girl I dated, she decided to go back to her ex and move to Michigan. All while I was planning our second date, by the way. True story. But I realized during the entire 6 hours we were together that I was the girl in that relationship, and she was the guy. She had to be the guy because she had all the bad habits, right? She was the smoker, she was the drinker, and she was the midnight toker. So it actually worked out for the better because she was ended up being a pill-popping alcoholic with a record longer than the street I grew up on. So, God bless her though. How else do you deal with being from Detroit? Give me three ways that are different from that. Moving forward. I didn't let her stop me from going on our second date though. So I went down to the Apple House in Front Royal by myself. Reserved a table for two. And it worked out just fine. I was a little afraid of getting assaulted though. Not by any men or whatever, just by women. I don't know if you know this or not, but Front Royal is a stop along the Appalachian Trail. And when you're a through hiker on the Appalachian Trail, you often spend 6 days in between towns. So I figured, by the time a girl like that got off the trail, she'd be up for a guy like me. So I'm going to the Apple House after this. You want to join me? I'm going to be taking my car. It's a 2010 Toyota Yaris. I read online about its reviews. The best review of it was, I like this car. It is by far the easiest car to transfer out of in a wheelchair. I was like, alright. So ladies, if any of you want to roll out there with me, we can make that happen. And that